Welcome to Spirit Tings. Today we are talking about smudging. Smudging is traditionally a ceremonial practice within spiritualist religions, within Native American culture, within Buddhism, and is often something that is done before or after a ceremony to cleanse a space. Nowadays, it's a lot more common in everyday life. You smudge to cleanse your energetic aura. You smudge to cleanse the energy of your home on a regular basis. A lot of people will smudge a space before moving in. If like for people that rent venues or do event spaces, a lot of times you will smudge it before using that. For diviners, conjurers, and magical people, they definitely smudge before and after their practice. So when I give tarot readings, I smudge my energy, my person, I smudge my space, and I also smudge my tarot cards to make sure that the energy is cleansing and there's nothing blocking the aura of all those things. So when people smudge, whether it's in a ceremony, in a traditional space, or if it's in your home on an everyday, it's usually done to bring transformation. So you're transforming your space from something that is muddled with possible negative energy. You're smudging your energy, you're transforming any anxious energy, any blocks, and you're taking it away for it to be cleansed, for the energy to be able to flow within you and around you in a better way. I'm going to show you the smudging tools that I use currently. I have Palo Santo. I've been using it a lot, so it's small. And I also have a sage stick. See, I've been using. Smudging is actually when you're burning herbs, or for the Palo Santo, like the sacred stick. Sage and Palo Santo are the most common things to use for smudging, but they're not the only things that can be used. You can definitely use herbs, and just like how this sage bundle is bound together, you can bound herbs together in that same type of way. There are different smudge sticks that could be comprised of mugwort, lavender, cedar, sweetgrass, and myrrh. I know there's more herbs that could be used, but that's just an example of something that can be used as an alternative to sage and Palo Santo. And I'm making sure to talk about the alternatives because, you know, we're in a time period where spirituality it's like a burst of expansion where a lot of people are collectively waking up at the same time. And so a lot of folks are smudging, a lot of folks are using these tools to energetically cleanse their space. And the problem that is creating with Palo Santo and sage is that it's being over harvested, is that it's being used so much to the point to where it is in danger. Like the Palo Santo trees are in danger, and that is not good because they're actually sacred and they're usually used for a sacred ceremony. How anything goes with overproduction of something, where something is very popular and humans are like, I need this, I need this, I need this, you know, that creates this issue where there could possibly be an extinction or a shortage. So I definitely encourage people to look into other herbs. I see a lot of spiritual people that sell spiritual tools. They offer multiple different types of smudge sticks. I know I'm not presenting as well an example right now because I only have Palo Santo and sage today. However, do as I say. Do not do as I do, because I'm actually intending on changing that myself. I'm actually interested in lavender. Lavender is so relaxing. A lavender smudge stick would be awesome. I am going to show you guys how the smudging usually goes, how I use them, and how I've learned how to use them, because there's multiple ways. With the Palo Santo, honestly, you just light it. And when you light it, you blow it out, you see that smoke. And the smoke, it smells so good, is what brings the cleanse. I usually use Palo Santo for my person more than other things. And I would, basically how you see me doing, putting the smoke around my body so it can cleanse my aura. My favorite place to point the Palo Santo and the sage is at my third eye, because I feel like it cleanses so much. And if you see me like I'm pulling, that's because I'm feeling something that's in that energetic field that needs to get out. It's like, ooh, whew. It's like a lot. I also use Palo Santo on other people. Like if I'm doing in-person readings, I would cleanse the person's energy as well. If I'm going to someone else's energy and I'm using this to cleanse, it actually helps me get a good read of where they're standing currently before I even start the actual reading. My little nubby. This is my little nubby. Palo Santo is pretty straightforward. You just light it, blow it out, and let that smoke cleanse the area. With sage, is a variety of ways you can actually burn it and use it to smudge. I want to start with how it's traditionally done within the ceremonies. You usually have a ceramic bowl, and you actually take parts of the bundle, of this bundle. You actually take parts of it and you break it off. You will burn it in the bowl. So say you're in like a healing circle, you take the bowl around for it to cleanse as you move forward. Anybody who's doing it, you have the power to command of it what you want. So if I'm about to lead a ceremony, cleanse this place, bless these people, bring in the positive energy, send out the negative, just for an example. Now, typically what I read about, or I actually have used this, are the charcoal discs that people use to light it up. And you place it, like you would place these different parts on the charcoal disc so it can burn continuously. And that's why it's important to have a ceramic bowl, because it's fireproof, or like flame, it contains the flame. I don't have that right now, so what I would do when I don't have that, when I don't have the charcoal disc, is I would just light the pieces, basically, as an example, and it'll still burn from the bowl. Blessings, blessings, blessings. That will continuously burn until it's out. And if it was to burn before I'm finished, I would just keep, light little pieces. But that's why it's important to have a charcoal disc, so you won't have to keep putting your hands in there and relighting. So the way that I've been using this smudge stick is really just lighting it. As you can see, it's about charred. Now for lighting, I actually use my stove, just so I can have like all of that fire in one place to deal with this stick, and so I won't have to have my hand lit for a long time. One thing I have seen people do is they would prefer to use matches, because it is a more natural light. It's like the more natural lighter, and it's less chemical. For a lot of people, doing things in the most natural way is conducive to remaining as close to spirit as possible, and having the experience be as pure as you can have it to be. When I have the smudge stick, I will go around. I actually, every day, I will smudge myself, you know what I'm saying, and my son. So he would be standing, I'll do it all over, and I will walk around my house saying whatever I feel needs to be said. Bless this space. Bless the space. When I'm using it to cleanse my tarot cards before I do a reading. This is also why people use the ceramic bowls, so they don't have stuff falling on them. When I am doing my tarot cards, I'll put this over my tarot cards and I will say something as though cleanse the energy of these cards, charge them to be anew, cleanse any residual energy from past reading, cleanse these cards, empower them to give an unbiased reading. That's usually how I do it. And just to show you, the thing is going out now. This is what the ceramic bowl looks like, and it's kind of slowing down, but from those 2 things that I lit, it's been about maybe like 5 minutes. It's still going. I personally don't like it when it's just one, and for me this smoke is too thin. I actually like it when it's like powerful, like that is how smudging goes. I love to smudge. Good to do for daily maintenance. So you know, when you wake up, you start your day, you want to protect your energy, you cleanse it, you put protections around it, and you go out into the world. Also good to smudge any space before you move into it. If you move into a new space, if you're about to use something you've never used before, it's just good to cleanse anything out of it that you're not aware that's there. After any argument, smudge that space in the exact space where the argument happened. Just smudge it, because you know, when you're in an argument or you're having a lot of anger being expressed or a lot of negative emotions that's coming out into the air, and so you would have to make sure that you're cleansing that so it wouldn't be lingering. So smudging yourself. You smudge yourself for no reason. You smudge yourself when you're not feeling good. A lot of times when I'm tired or when I'm like in a funk, I'll just smudge myself just because. So you can definitely use it for your car. Wherever you are, honestly. Wherever you are, wherever you go, whatever you're doing, you can definitely smudge yourself, smudge that space. In public, it's not really, it'll probably look weird because you have to deal with fire. So I've actually experienced a lot of people would have the same type of elements in a spray, and they will spray that to cleanse the air as well. So that is smudging. One thing I want to make clear is always have your window open. If you're smudging and you know you're cleansing out this negative energy, but your windows are closed, you're kind of still trapping it in. If your windows up, it brings in fresh air anyway. So as you're smudging it, you're letting stuff go out, and you're also allowing new air to come in to make it refresh. Okay, that is my spiel on spiriting of smudging. Thank you guys for listening. I usually have been doing this as a live video, but I had to record this week, so I can say things now, like make sure you subscribe, and if you like a video, give me a thumbs up. And also in the comments, really, if you have something you would like for me to talk about as far as spirituality goes, definitely put in the comments and I will put it on the list. Bye.